Hey, what's up guys, Mashine here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. We've seen a lot of massive growth over the past couple of weeks. Today we're going to be breaking it down by category, talking about if this is an area we expect to see a bubble or if we expect to see potentially continued growth. First up, we're going to be talking about cases and capsules. Now when we're talking about capsules, we've got a really good idea of what's going on. That's because we've already seen a pullback for a decent amount of capsules. Something like the Stockholm, Antwerp, and Rio capsules, we've already seen a decent amount of a pullback, and we're going to talk a little bit more after a quick word from today's sponsor. The sponsor for today's video is SkinsMonkey. Now SkinsMonkey is the quickest, easiest, and most importantly, safest way to go ahead and trade your CSGO skins. Now SkinsMonkey is super easy to use. You just have to take your item, take the item you want, and just go ahead, apply code MasterShiny to get your free $5 if it's your first trade, and just click trade. And if you've got no money to spend right now, they've got two ways for you to get some. First is just heading over and topping up. Make sure to use code MasterShiny for a free 5% there. And they've also got the freebies section where you can go ahead and enter free raffles that happen every single day. And as always, thank you so much SkinsMonkey. Make sure you're using the top link in the description to claim your free $5 today. Now just because we have seen a pullback in this area does not mean that this is going to be the bottom price we see. However, in this area, I personally wouldn't expect these capsules to be going too much lower. The capsule demand for this specific capsules, talking about Stockholm and Antwerp, is relatively high, and I don't really think that a lot of these prices are going to continue decreasing. It's just the fact that we've got that Paris major on the horizon that I think is kind of screwing everything a little bit up. People are a little wary because we don't know what Paris is going to look like, and we've mentioned a couple times on this channel, Paris does definitely have an impact on these Stockholm, Antwerp, Rio, RMR capsules. All of them, if it potentially is really good or really bad, we will see an impact on these other capsules. Now talking about cases, I don't want to go too in depth because we've talked a decent amount about them over the past week or so, but I really don't expect a ton to happen in the case area as well. And when we're talking about those rare cases, it seems like it's a pretty set in stone kind of thing that the price probably isn't going to be decreasing anytime soon. That's because these are the 1% of the drop pool, and they're cases that at this point are being unboxed an absolute ton. We talked about unboxing numbers being 12 million a week, and that is still a number we are consistently seeing, coming in at 11.9, pretty much the same exact thing. This is the area where I really can't say I expect too many cases to go down in price, other than the one caveat which we're going to talk about at the end, which is an operation, which is, you know, a whole area of its own. But if we're just talking about a general market moving forward, even with the Paris major upcoming, I still think there's a lot of investors on the sideline waiting to get in, that even if we do see a small pullback, I wouldn't even consider it a bubble, more of a correction, which is also something we're going to be talking about. Now the last area I want to focus on for a quick second is something we talked about in the past video that I want to dive much deeper into, and that's specific play skins and agents and things along those lines. Now if we want to talk about play skins, it seems like there's a pretty consistent trend going on. We talked about it in the past video how the red line was up almost 50%. Now it's up 65%, up about 10 to 15% in just 2 days period. We're seeing a lot of play skins seeing a very significant amount of growth, and it's not just limited to one or two. If we want to look at the general trends for those restricted, covert, and classified skins, it's all the same. We can see consistently that the prices keep on going up. Now this area is the most interesting out of all of them, and that's because we really don't exactly know what's gonna happen. This area is not one that I would explicitly say is a bubble at this point, but we are seeing a lot of cases keep on going up in price, and in turn a lot of the play skins inside of them continuing to go up in price as well. We mentioned the red line. Pretty much every different play skin you can think of has gone up in price over the past couple weeks. Now talking about this area specifically, I wish I could give you an answer of this is a bubble, this is not. We really don't know because it's hard to tell what exactly is driving the price of these items up. Obviously we know it's Counter-Strike 2, but it's hard to know if it's investors picking up these items for a quick flip, or if there's just so many people coming into the game trying to pick up some items so they can play with. Obviously player numbers have been increasing, but they haven't been increasing the way that this graph has kind of been showing. Now, one of the things I've mentioned back and forth a couple times is the difference between a bubble and a correction. At this point, I don't know if I would explicitly say any of these items are bubbles. It's very interesting because the reason we've seen so many of these items go up in price is because a lot more people are interested into this area. And the truth is, I don't think that interest is going to be slowing down in the next couple months. It could be a little bit of optimism inside of that, and I obviously want you to make your own decision, but in my opinion, I think it has a very strong couple months, and I don't really see a lot of people slowing down in the meantime. This is an area with a lot of potential to happen, and I think that's exactly what the market is preparing for on a much smaller scale. With that being said though, you need to still stay careful. Obviously, this is not going to mean instant guaranteed growth for whatever thing you invest into. If you're investing into the Bayonet Frog patch at this point, I really can't say I'm too sad for you. There's just items where you need to be able to figure out that this is not going to be the optimal place for your money, at least in my opinion. Looking at it overall, I can't say that I would say there's too many different things that are going to be dragging the prices of everything down a ton, and the one that could possibly do it is an operation. It's something we mentioned once again a little bit in this video. An operation is a very unique instance. Although we've seen a lot of potential leaks and such towards an operation, I'm really not going to believe it until I see it, especially considering Counter-Strike 2 is going to be a very stressful time for Valve's developers already. Now, I might make a full video talking about an operation in the future if that's something you guys show you want to see, but there is a very different impact that's going to happen to the market if we do see an operation. The first of which is we're going to see such a different case dynamic. We're seeing a lot of cases right now that are pushing that dollar price point, which is thought to be what we're going to see again for these cases that are going to be sold by Valve. Once again, everything is up to change. It's going to be very interesting to see the future, but this is something that could definitely break the market because we could potentially see a lot of people selling off their investments to go ahead and buy up some of these $1 cases that are the operation case, which we know probably have a finite supply once the operation ends and so forth. This is why the entire video I've kind of been alluding to the fact that an operation comes, this all gets thrown out the window because we don't know what people are going to do in this very unique circumstance. It's very possible we could see people panic selling off everything just to get their hands on some of these brand new operation items as investments because they've seen the past operation items and the insane growth they've had. It's a very interesting dynamic that I can't wait to see, especially when I'm going to have some money waiting on the sidelines, which is one thing I definitely suggest to you. Is I've mentioned it a couple times in the past week or two, but just have a little bit of money off to the side. You don't want to be in a situation where you've got no money left and an operation comes around. Now, if that is something you do want to see a full video about, please drop it down in the comments below. But otherwise, I want to thank you guys so much for everything that's happened over the past month. I got 3 quick things. First up, obviously, thank you so much for all the new people that have recently found my channel and decided to subscribe. Absolutely love it. We'll keep on hitting you with those consistent high quality uploads. Second thing, if you're an active user of my investment spreadsheet, CSGO Stash recently went ahead and updated their website. It is not working anymore consistently. We're going to be trying to find a fix for that as soon as possible. I'll keep you guys updated. And the last thing is if we can hit 25K by July 1st, I will go ahead and I will run a half marathon playing CSGO. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.